just gonna keep us here, just like looking silly.
It's recording now. It was recording the whole time.
Hey, you. Hey, how you doing? These people look familiar? No?
Hello.
How you doing?
Hey.
Hey.
Some shit happened today.
It surely did.
Some shit happened today.
I was there to see it.
We gonna talk about that.
Together.
That's a little crazy.
As a group.
All right. I didn't even mean to do that intro, but shout out to that show because it's coming back real soon.
Yeah.
Shout out to that show.
Yeah.
What I meant to do was this.
For me, the best chemistry, the best artist, the best producer in the world. I don't think nothing can fade it.
Man, the French ain't no joke. I mean, they got people jacking them from everywhere.
For sure. And, you know, we ain't giving our flavor. Let them get it how they live. Do their own thing. Cause we work hard to build this sound. And with the rappers and the flossing and all the balling we talk about, that's our thing. We created that and we're going to run with that. But it's going to be.
Hey, man, look, check this out. We're going to make this real. Really go get to the point here.
Yeah.
Spencer Rattler played football today.
He did, though.
He did. He got some starting quarterback for the New Orleans Saints, who got completely obliterated by Tampa Bay. Spencer was 22 of 40. He threw for 243. He had 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, and he took 5 sacks.
He took how many?
He got sacked 5 times. It wasn't great.
Now, in combination with that, we also gotta know that there was incomplete pass that was originally called a fumble that was held against him. But means dropped. They ended up having to punt the ball. It was actually an important part of the game. Chris Olave on the hit that ended up
you talking about the helmet to helmet?
Yep, having him out for the game.
Yeah.
That was a fumble. You know, he threw a couple passes that he probably shouldn't have thrown, but there were some things that stood in his way, and that's outside of the offensive line. But bro, he was out there with Bud Means and Cedric Wilson and Juwan Johnson. Like, with all due respect, like,
no, we'll have to respect him.
Like, what banged up offensive line and Alvin Kamara fighting for his life? What? I think he played great for what he had out there.
He was throwing the basketball to plumbers and school teachers.
The basketball?
I forgot we just did a basketball. He was throwing the football. To substitute teachers and aquarium maintenance men.
And I think he made, he made best with what he had to. There was a point, and my girl can attest to this. There was a point where the Saints were down 17-0. Everybody was quiet. Next time we looked, Saints was up, and it was like they got a chance to win this game. And then everything ended up changing. But they had a chance to ultimately win this game, and I think Spencer did more things to help them than he did hurt them. He did things that only, when you talk about the quarterback room, only he could do.
2 points of this. If Alonte Taylor makes that tackle and doesn't try to, for lack of a better word, just about to sound egregious, I'm just pausing right here, and doesn't try to hit stick, I called it. I said what it was going to be. Like, I'm a man of my word. I followed through with what I said. You know what I'm saying? Like, I said it was going to be egregious, and I said it.
Is that allowable?
I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't one of them. Like, I said what I said.
That don't mean you had to say it. You could have come
No, because
you smart.
I paused it already.
Okay.
I paused it already. Like, I said it was about to be egregious. I prefaced it. I gave you the, you know what I'm saying? So if he would have just made a regular tackle instead of trying to, hit the up on a directional pad, like
that's not you showing your age. You showing your age. You don't when you go for an aggressive tackle, it's on the analog. It's not on a directional pad.
I mean,
bro.
it's the same thing.
It's not the same.
It's not the same thing.
The directional pad is all the pre-play calls.
That's true. If he wouldn't have hit up on the analog, I think the Saints would have won that game.
You think that one play changed the defense?
I think that one play changed the direction of the whole game. That and this. What is the difference between what happened with Chris Olave and what happened with Means? What is it was the same play.
Dog, watching it live, I couldn't make it. Like, I thought it was a fumble. I thought, based off of what they told me earlier.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm like, and there was no Chris Olave. Looked like an incomplete pass. They called it a fumble. Ended up with a touchdown. Next thing happened. It almost felt like it was a what they call it when they it's not a forgiveness call, but what the fuck they call it?
Makeup
call. Yeah. Like, it almost felt that way because That was terrible. And the crazy part about that is maybe they're in field goal range. If they don't call it, I think a fumble, and then you get a personal foul call. I think it was a face mask or something. It pushes you back 15 yards.
If I'm telling you, the way momentum works, Alonte makes that tackle.
Yeah.
That's ball game. The I wasn't in the building, but the building seemed to be electric at that point. Like it seemed like Spencer was using his legs. He was making plays.
He used legs.
Yeah, like he was like a human right there, and he remembered that he had legs.
He got legs.
You know what I'm saying? So like it was like one of them things that I really believe you make that tackle, but that's the Saints.
Was that the one where the running back that we never heard of scored that long touchdown? You talking about?
No, that's when Chris Godwin.
Oh, that one where he went up the sideline. Yeah, that's when the game was officially over because
he makes that tackle. It's still a game.
Yep. That's when the Bucks went up
10?
10?
I think 10.
Maybe. Yeah. It's but it's the little things. But if you asking about Rattler, we told y'all he wasn't perfect. He had his flaws. Tampa did some good things in the second half. Saints didn't score a point in the second half. They did some really good things and blitzing him and throwing some different looks at him. But when you're talking about what he was out there throwing to, what he was around, and the amount of times he had to move up and around the pocket, and there was absolutely zero running game for the most part. I don't even know if Kendra Miller was active. I don't think he was out there at any point. Maybe we'll see him Thursday. But when you look at the weapons that he had at his disposal, specifically once Olave went out, and yes, the defense gave him some opportunities, 3 turnovers, I think, in the first half, and you get the Rashid Shaheed touchdown. I mean, I think Spence did all you could really ask him to do. And you know what prepared him for that, Lito? South Carolina.
College.
South Carolina.
You called that, man.
Damn
you called that.
Yep.
You called that. I'm gonna give you your credit where credit is due. Even though you don't deserve good things in life. Like, you called that. You said he would be used to playing in chaos. His offensive line was trash.
I mean, everything about the situation is chaos.
Yeah.
All of it. And it doesn't end here because he got to see Sean Payton coming back to New Orleans Thursday on a short week.
So talk to me about that. What he gonna do?
I think he's gonna have another really good game. Now, here's the thing. I think good game from the perspective of a good game could be 200 yards. A good game could be 170 yards and a touchdown. He's playing one of the better, if not the best defense in football right now in Denver. So, and it's gonna be an emotional game. Doesn't mean he has to feel the emotions, but it's gonna be a lot of emotions in the building, given that Sean Payton's coming back. So, I think he just has to build off of what he did. Hopefully, now they can put an actual game plan around who's going to be playing. If there is no Chris Olave, he's had concussion problems in the past, lots of them. But I mean, I think he can only get better, man. I mean, it's not like he got a lot to work with.
So let's say Carl for the next 4 weeks. Let's say Spencer goes from this point. Let's say he wins you 2 of the next 3. When Carl comes back, what you do?
What you do?
I'm not a car fan.
You like trucks?
It depends. What we talking about? Like gasoline or diesel?
You like 2500s? You like 3500s? You more of an SUV person?
I like 25s. I think 35 is a little egregious.
Okay, it's too much.
I'm not. That's a little crazy.
Huh?
that's a little crazy.
I mean, what? Who says that? I like 2500s. I don't like 3500s. Who says that? You like 25? You can go up 3500.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, I live in the city. I don't really need 35. What I'm doing with 35? 100. That's even worse. What I'm doing? Hey, listen. Anyways, what are you doing if he wins 2 out of the next 3? Is there a controversy?
I mean, bro, they are a fairly old team. So you would think that at some point it would be smart to make the decision to if you win 2 out of 3 in a division that I don't think is going anywhere. I don't think the NFC South is gonna. I don't think any of these teams are gonna run away from each other. I think the Saints will have one of those moments like they do it almost every year, even when they aren't really good. So it'll be looking like, okay, if they win it the next 2 out of 3, they got a chance to win a division. They got a chance to make the playoffs. So, I think that you probably should move with the person that helps you best going towards that decision. Going towards winning, but I don't think that's what they will do. I think
it's New Orleans.
Yeah, Ross made a really good point. And it almost would be like they won 2 out of 3, but they'll flip it as if we won 2 out of 3 with a rookie and Spencer Rattler, fuck all the other shit. They'll say, what can we do with the guy that this was all designed around? What can we do with our starter? We can only win more.
Yep.
Yeah, let's bring him back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know
what I mean?
Again.
Yeah.
I don't know the difference between Bub's fumble and Olave's fumble.
What's his name?
Bub.
Why is that his name?
I mean, why is Kool-Aid's name?
What's your favorite Kool-Aid? Like when you
red?
Like when you was coming. What's the flavor? It's a few different reds.
Nah, I never knew the flavor. I just know it's red.
You smart enough to know that there are different versions of the color red that makes like flavors, right?
Whatever Red 40 is.
You like tropical punch? You like I'm gonna ask you again.
Yeah.
You like tropical punch? You like strawberry? You more of a watermelon guy? Like, what do you?
Yes.
Man, shout out to Scott Vickner, man. Like,
hurt. Yeah.
504 500 1111. Like, this conversation just hurt my brain just now. Just like took all the energy that I had left out of me. Like, if you feel that way, I'm calling Scott Vickner right now, just because what I had to experience talking about Kool-Aid with this gentleman right here. 504 500 1111, where they fight for the win. I wish somebody would have fought for my win just now. I wish the Saints would have fought for their win in the second half. They surely didn't. They didn't score any points. Lito, you got anything else to say about Spencer Rattler before we get the fuck out of here?
I like his progressions on the field. I like that he uses his legs to extend plays.
I like that. You can't say you scramble. Like,
nah. I like
he improvises.
I'd like he remember that he had legs. You know what I'm saying? I like that, and I think that with time, I think he will be. I'm not predicting like superstardom, but I think he'll be a decent quarterback. I think great example, if you look at Baker Mayfield, right?
Yeah.
What he came from when he was with Cleveland, Baker wasn't really throwing the ball on the field like that. Like, it was at a point where he couldn't figure out how to get a prime Odell Beckham the football, right? And if you look at now how he uses his weapons, I'm not saying this will come to fruition with Rattler. I'm just saying, like, give the situation time. I think the Saints really, truly need to embrace the rebuild.
I just don't think Baker was Odell's kind of quarterback.
What's the difference between
Justin Bieber?
Absolutely. But I'm saying they're two different wide receivers. I was about to ask you, like, what's the difference between Odell and Chris Godwin? But they're two different wide receivers. Mm-hmm. But I'm saying Chris Godwin is a okay. What is an Odell quarterback?
Justin Bieber.
I don't understand what that means. Is this some sort of like Diddy slang? Like, what?
I'm asking, like, what does that do for you?
I hate that. Like, you got your laptop, so you can just throw out all your little fancy videos. Look, we tried our best to have a good show before Sunday's game, and the Saints didn't end up winning, and the score shows a different story than how the actual game went. But I promise y'all, here to tell y'all, something's there with Spencer. He's ready. He's well conditioned for what he's walking into. And I think not only does he have the confidence and is delusional enough to think that he has a chance to win with what's around him, I think there are people in the locker room that has to block for him, has to catch his passes, that have to play for him on defense, that also believe in him as well. And that is what a leader does. A leader brings his delusion and he spreads it around like cancer. That's crazy. that
Excuse me?
is
Excuse me?
bad. I
TR
apologize.
match. I saw
Accusations.
These are not accusations. This is
False accusations.
And
We just gonna end the show.
Shout out to Scott Vignette. Shout out to John Deere. Shout out to 4D. Shout out to Theo's Pizza.
Shout out to Fourth Dimension, man.
Shout out to Crystal.
Yeah, shout out to Crystal, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Crystal
And the hot sauce.
and the hot sauce. The
The
woman and the hot sauce.
That's all we got, man. Crystal, you got any words? You wanna? She's straight. All right, cool. Peace out. We see y'all after the Saints get their ass kicked on Thursday. We'll holler at y'all.
Yeah.